おはようございます。We are live. That's me. Okay. I have the broadcast on my phone. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask them. Okay. We are going to finish lesson 16 today, both section 2 and section 3. Section 2, let's just get right into it. It says, 他の色ありますか?他の色ありますか? Okay, 他の you could think as a set phrase, which means a different or another. Another what? 色. 色 is color. So another color or a different color. ありますか? Remember, we learned way back, あります means to have or to be, to exist. Is there another color? Do you have another color? So this might be a question we could ask a store clerk, right? If we're going shopping. If you wanted to, actually, let's go at the top here too. 2枚で1000円. 2枚で1000円. So 2枚, remember 枚, we learned way back 枚. Sheets, it's a counter for sheets, this number of sheets or flat, thin object. 2 is 2. So 2 flat objects. で in this case means like with. So with 2 sheets, 1000 yen. Remember, 1000 yen is 1000 is 1,000, and is yen, so 1,000 yen. So with 2 sheets, it comes to 1,000 yen. 2枚で1000円. And you could say です, right? 2枚で1000円です. Before we do the activity, let's go to this dialogue here. The customer is on the left, the store clerk is on the right. So the customer asks, S サイズありますか? Right? S. We discussed this last week and the week before. S is small here. You use this when you are talking about sizes for like food sizes, food portions, or even clothing sizes. So S サイズ, the small size, ありますか? Do you have, right? Is there? Do you have a small size? Now, if you don't have a small size, then maybe the clerk would say this top expression here. すみません、ありません. Right? すみません. This is one of our key phrases here. It means, oh, I'm sorry, or excuse me, pardon me. ありません. ありません is the negative, right, of あります, to have. So this means I'm sorry. I don't have a small size for that object. But what if we do have a small size? はい、S サイズはこれです. Okay, I believe I discussed this a little bit last week. Actually, yeah, we went through this dialogue last week. We didn't do the activity, so I'm just going to quickly review this dialogue and then we'll do the activity. はい、S サイズはこれです. Right? So yes, S サイズは, as for the small size, これ. これ means this thing. です. Here it is. Here's the small size one. So the clerk is probably pointing out a small size, or they're handing over, or they're showing a small size item. はい、S サイズはこれです. Right? Another question we could ask on the left here. もっと安いのありますか? もっと安いのありますか? So もっと here means more. 安い cheap. A more cheap no. This no, when it's not in front of another noun, like it's not in front of another noun, there's a comma, it acts like the English word one in this case. もっと安いの. So a more cheap one, right? Or a cheaper one would be the more natural English. ありますか? Do you have? もっと安いのありますか? And feel free, please, to mimic what I say. This will help your pronunciation. Kind of follow or repeat after me. もっと安いのありますか? Do you have a cheaper one? And again, feel free to write these phrases down. Make flashcards if you need to. The clerk could then say, はい。Yes. これは1900円です。はい。So yes. これは, so we're showing another article of clothing here. 1900円. 1000 is 1000. 900, 900. So 1900 would be 1900. N is yen, and des at the end just means it is. It is 1900 yen. はい。これは1900円です。Okay. One final question we could ask. 他の色ありますか? Right? This was our section title. 他の色ありますか? Do you have another color? The clerk can say, はい。赤と青があります。はい、yes. 赤 is red. と connects. It means and in this case. We have a list of items, so we connect with と。赤と青. Owl is blue. So red and blue. 赤と青があります。があります。I have or there are. Okay, so it's just a simple example. I'm going to scroll down really quick because this section right here also goes with what we're talking about. Here are a bunch of colors, right? 赤、青、黄色、白、黒、緑、茶色、オレンジ、ピンク、グレー, right? With the associated colors. A few of these you'll notice come from English, particularly the bottom row, orange, pink, and gray. And then we have the sizes, right? S is small, M is medium, L is large. So with all that in mind, let's try this activity. どれですか? Which is it? Which scene are we talking about? Now, you may not be able to understand every little word, every little phrase or expression that they will use. However, you can pick out some key words. So I encourage you, pick out some key words while you listen. I will play these more than once, and you'll see they did number one for you. So I guess the answer for number one was A. Let's look at number one first. Let's listen and see how or see why they picked scene A.
1、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。この T シャツ S サイズありますか?
はい、あります。こちらです。
Okay, how did you do? Could you pick out the key word? Okay, let's play it one more time. I'm going to play it without the background music this time.
1、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。この T シャツ S サイズありますか?
はい、あります。こちらです。
Okay, so the key word here, right? S size. S size. And you'll notice in her speech bubble we have an S for small. And of course he brings her a small size. はい、こちらです. Yeah, here it is. So that was number one. Let's try number two. See if you can catch it.
2、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。もっと安いのありますか?
はい、こちらは1900円です。
じゃあ、それをください。
Okay, one more time without the background music this time.
2、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。もっと安いのありますか?
はい、こちらは1900円です。
じゃあ、それをください。
Okay? Could you catch it? Which scene are we talking about? I'll give you some hints in case you're stuck. She said, もっと安いのありますか? もっと安いのありますか? Which is the exact phrasing down here. もっと安いのありますか? Which I told you, right, means do you have a cheaper one? Do you have one that's more cheap? And he said, almost line for line, almost. はい、こちらは1900円です. He said, yes, this one is 1900. So which scene reflects this? It's going to be answer choice D, right? Answer choice D. She's got a really expensive shirt and she's asking for yen down, right? Price down. And he's offering her the 1900 yen, the 1900 yen shirt. Okay, how about number 3? Let's try number 3.
3、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。この T シャツ、他の色ありますか？
赤と青がありますよ。
じゃあ、赤をください。
Okay, one more time.
3、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。この T シャツ、他の色ありますか？
赤と青がありますよ。
じゃあ、赤をください。
Okay. Again, could you catch it? What were the key words? You'll notice in this one, she used the phrase 他の色ありますか? Is there another color? And he's responded almost with the exact same. はい、赤と青があります. There's a red and blue one. So which scene looks like it reflects this audio? That's right. Answer choice C. Sometimes I feel like Dora the Explorer. Can you say, no, just kidding. Right, answer choice C, which obviously means B will be question 4's answer, but let's listen to question 4 anyway.
4、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。この T シャツください。
これは2枚で1000円ですよ。
そうですか。じゃあ、2枚ください。
One more time.
4、
いらっしゃいませ。
すみません。この T シャツください。
これは2枚で1000円ですよ。
そうですか。じゃあ、2枚ください。
Yeah, he said she wants to buy this shirt, right? She wants to buy this shirt. She said, この T シャツをください. Please give me this shirt. But he said, 2枚で1000円ですよ. He's giving her some maybe advice. He's giving her like a shopping bargain. He's giving her like a tip, like, hey, 2枚で1000円ですよ. 2 of them is only 1,000 yen, which if you convert to American dollars is about $10, right? About. So he's giving her like a tip. Hey, 2 of these shirts are 1000 yen. And she says, じゃあ、そうですか. Oh, really? じゃあ、2枚をください. Give me 2. So he helped her out. That's what he's helping her out. So B, right? B will be answer choice number 4. Okay? Let us try now. Actually, you know what? We are going to move on to the next section. This is the last section in lesson 16. Okay? The section title, これください. Try saying that with me. これください. これください. これ means again this thing. Give me this, right? ください. Give me. Please give me, right? I'll take that, please. これください. Oh, please let me buy this. Please give me this. So that is the section title. Let us go through. We have a situation here. Picture 1, picture 2, picture 3 at the bottom left, and then we will end with picture 4. So we have a customer who is shopping. And the store clerk, you will hear this all the time in Japan. いらっしゃいませ. いらっしゃいませ. And again, if you want to write these phrases down, feel free. I recommend it, actually. いらっしゃいませ means something like welcome, right? Welcome to the store. Welcome. The customer can say, あ、すみません。他の色ありますか？他の色ありますか？ Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have another color for this? Like maybe we are looking at some clothes on a rack, or we have a clothing on a rack. I don't know what else we call it. And we could ask, oh, do you have this in another color? 他の色ありますか? And the clerk could say, はい、あります。はい、あります。Yes, we have. Which brings us to situation 2. So you find the clothing you want. Let's say this jacket that I have, nice dark green jacket. I could ask, 着てみてもいいですか? 着てみてもいいですか? Right? If you say it fast, 着てみてもいいですか? Which it altogether means, can I try it on? Can I try wearing it? Right? Can I try it? 着てみてもいいですか? And the clerk will say, はいどうぞ。はいどうぞ。Which means, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Right? And maybe, look, her hand in the picture is like pointing to the changing rooms. Maybe there's changing rooms you can use. はいどうぞ. And you point to the changing rooms. Now, if you come out of the changing room wearing the shirt or jacket or whatever, the clerk could say, あ、よく似合いますよ。よく似合いますよ。よく似合いますよ. Right? Which this you could think as a set phrase, meaning, oh, it suits you. Oh, it looks good on you. よく似合いますよ. Of course, they're just trying to sell the product. よく似合いますよ. Okay? You know, I'm thinking these numbers are a little mixed up. I think the author kind of mixed up these numbers here. This picture on the right, I think should be number 3. This is situation 3. Let's go with this first. So, okay, so you have your coat or whatever, you have your clothing, you like it, but maybe the size is not so exact. Maybe it's not exact. So you say, S サイズありますか? S サイズありますか? Right, we just talked about this earlier. The small size, ありますか? Do you have it in a small? Do you have a small size? The clerk says, すみません、ありません. Right? すみません. I'm sorry. ありません. We don't have it. We don't have it. And sorry. The customer says, じゃあいいです。じゃあいいです. Well, that's okay. Right? That's all right. じゃあいいです. It's fine. And I think no, situation 3 at the bottom here is actually the last situation. Because she says, じゃあこれください. じゃあこれください. じゃあ means something like, well then, これください. Please give me this, right? And the clerk will actually thank the customer for purchasing the product. はい、ありがとうございます. はい、ありがとうございます. Right, thank you so much. As she rings up and charges the customer. はい、ありがとうございます. Thank you for shopping here. So let's quickly recap. Let's go through this again. いらっしゃいませ. Welcome. すみません. 他の色ありますか? Sorry, do you have this in another color? はい、あります. Yes, I do. 着てみてもいいですか? Can I try it on? はい、どうぞ. Yes, of course. Here. あ、よく似合いますよ. Oh, it looks good on you. Situation 4. S サイズありますか? すみません。ありません。Do you have a small size? I'm sorry, we don't. じゃあいいです。well, that's okay. And the last situation. じゃあ、これください。Well then, I'll take this. はい、ありがとうございます。Thank you so much. So I'm looking, we have a question here. よく似合いますよ is the phrase used only for clothes or can it be for other things like class, house, or car? This class, house, or car. よく似合いますよ. This, that's a good question. For a car, 似合う。この車、あなたと似合うね。Maybe I feel like 似合う、似合います could also be used like for a car. Like, oh, this car suits you. Like it matches you or it looks good with you. Maybe if I went to a car salesman or a car sales place, right? And I was talking with a car salesman and he said, oh, try sitting in the car, right? Try sitting in the car. And maybe if I sit inside of the car and I put my hand on the steering wheel, maybe in that situation, the car salesman would say, 似合いますよ。よく似合いますよ。Right? Oh, it looks so good with you, right? 似合う is very visual, right? If it looks like it suits you, if it looks like it matches you and your kind of personality or your style, right? Then I would say, よく似合います。よく似合いますよ。So for maybe a car, there would be a certain situation when I could say, よく似合いますよ, right? With a house, maybe if a house kind of matches someone's own style or a house matches their personality, right? Maybe then I would say, この家、あなたとよく似合いますよ, right? Like, oh, this house really meshes with you. Oh, it really works with you. It looks good with you. I guess you could say, we should ask really Yui sensei. She would, I think, have a better answer for us. But again, my feeling is, よく似合いますよ is very visual. You can use with clothes. Use it with clothing safely, or maybe even makeup, I guess. Face paint, but with cars and houses, maybe there's only certain situations when you could use よく似合いますよ. Good question. Good question. Okay, so we are finished with shopping, basically. Let me see, the remainder, I kind of want to talk about souvenirs in Japan. When you go to Japan, you will realize that it is a gift-giving culture. It is a gift-giving country. People are always giving some kind of gift to somebody. If you know about Valentine's Day in Japan, you know, the girls give the boys chocolates or sweets, whatever. And then a month later, they have what's called White Day. And on White Day, the boys will give back sweets or whatever, maybe usually to the girls that they received sweets from on Valentine's Day. So we have this whole gift-giving culture. In Japan, they really capitalize on souvenirs. They really use gift-giving, that culture, really well in their business and life. So we have omiyage, the word for souvenir. Omiyage. Omiyage. And you know what? I will write that in English for you. Omiyage is souvenir. Okay, so we have a bunch of different souvenirs and you'll notice very quickly that souvenirs, each place, each little prefecture or each city or town in Japan has its own specialty. They have something that they are known for, okay? One souvenir that I can think of right now is Tokyo banana. The Tokyo banana. This is a very popular souvenir to just like pick up at an airport if you are going back to your hometown or if you are going abroad and you want to bring a souvenir from Tokyo. Tokyo banana is a really good option. I've never had one actually. I really, really want to try Tokyo banana because I love banana flavored things. Um, and I'm hoping it's a banana flavored sweet. It's in the name, right? Banana, Tokyo banana. But souvenirs again, big part of each little area of Japan has their own. It's amazing. So we have some here. I'm just going to point out the names of these locations starting at the top. Hokkaido. Hokkaido is the northernmost prefecture of Japan, the northernmost part of Japan, that giant horned island up there. Hokkaido. 2, we have some kind of omiyage, some kind of gift or souvenir from Saitama. Saitama, this is near Tokyo area, right? 3, we have Nagoya, this area and kind of the southern part of mainland Japan. Nagoya. This looks like, what is it called? It looks like, to me, some kind of not a cake, but like a wagashi, a Japanese sweet that you can cut. I don't know the name of this exactly, but from Nagoya apparently is very popular. Kyoto in middle Japan on the main island. I guess these are souvenirs from these places. Then we have Hiroshima. Hiroshima has this as a popular treat or sweet, and then we have Nagasaki. Nagasaki, this cake-looking item here, and we have Okinawa. Okinawa. Someone says it's a kind of jelly. Yeah, I think so. In Okinawa, we have maybe this cookie-looking thing, which, by the way, I will be going to Okinawa soon, hopefully, if the state of emergency for all of Japan is lifted. I wish I had the names. If anyone knows the names of any of these, please share them with me because I am not familiar with these kinds of sweets. Personally, I don't like sweets. I don't really eat a lot of cakes or like these sweet jellies or these cookies. I don't really do those things. So these names just have not stayed in my brain. But if you know them, please feel free to share the names of these omiyage. So right now, I want to play some. As someone asked, is the rice that is mashed till it's chewy? Oh, is it the rice that is mashed until it's chewy? I'm not sure. Are we talking about number 3 here? I'm not sure. When I hear chewy rice, I think okayu, which is like a rice porridge. That is definitely not omiyage. I would not give okayu for omiyage. Let us try. I'm so sorry. We forgot to do a video. Yes, we have a video for this section. So let me quickly show you this video. Arara. Come on. There we go. Okay. By the way, you can also watch these videos on your own time if you go to a1.marugotoweb.jp. So I'm going to play this for you. And let's see if we can follow it.
いらっしゃいませ。いかがですか？すみません。S サイズありますか？はい、あります。こちらです。着てみてもいいですか？はい、どうぞ。いかがですか？わあ、よく似合いますよ。じゃあ、これ、ください。はい、ありがとうございます。
Hmm. Do you think よく似合います? Do you think it suits her? I don't know. Let's play this one more time. I'm going to break down each line. So Mai has come to buy some clothing. We're at a shopping mall here in Japan.
いらっしゃいませ。
いらっしゃいませ, right? This is our typical store clerk greeting. いらっしゃいませ. Welcome. We haven't seen this phrase yet. いかがですか? いかがですか? This is a very polite way of asking, oh, is this one good for you? Do you want this one, right? They translate it to, how about this one? いかがですか?
いかがですか？すみません。
Okay, and now we have her asking for a different size. すみません. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. S size ありますか? Right? S size, small size. ありますか? Is there? Is there a small size? Do you have a small size?
S サイズありますか？はい、あります。
Okay. Yes. はい。あります. There is one. こちらです. こちら, again, a very polite way of saying, oh, here it is. こちらです. Here it is. Right? I love how she just like pulls out the small size right behind the larger size. That was, it's like, Mai couldn't do that? Like, did you not see the size? Well, anyways.
こちらです。着てみてもいいですか？
着てみてもいいですか?着てみても、あらら, not this option, please. There we go. Okay. 着てみてもいいですか? Right, this is the phrase we talked about before in our dialogue. Is it okay if I try it on? 着てみてもいいですか? And now the clerk will say, はい、どうぞ. はい、どうぞ. Oh yeah, please, go ahead.
はい、どうぞ。
Okay, I want to point out a few things here. First of all, you may be looking at that changing room and think, oh my gosh, is it really kind of out in the open like that all the time with just a single curtain? Unfortunately, at many places, yes, it is kind of like this, kind of. This particular one, I feel I haven't seen one like that before. It like a single shower curtain kind of. But I have seen them like in pairs, like two or maybe even three stalls. Not even stalls. They do have kind of that curtainy separation to them. And usually, yes, it is on a raised platform, and you do have to take your shoes off. This is a very interesting point. In Japan, in many places, you have to take your shoes off because wearing shoes is seen as a little dirty, right? You're bringing in dirt from the outside. If you want to change your clothing, you should, and you use a um, changing room or changing booth, I guess you would call this, you have to take your shoes off. Now, you also might be wondering, oh my goodness, do the store clerks follow you around everywhere all the time? And no, not in every store. However, Japan is known for their hospitality. Japan is known for their amazing customer service. In some stores, I can imagine this happening where a store clerk will follow you around until you are satisfied or until you are done needing help, right? I personally have never had that happen to me. I have never been in a store where there was a store clerk following me around, making sure I had everything. But I can imagine this happens a lot in Japan.
いかがですか？
Again, we have the very polite phrase, いかがですか? How do you like it? Is it good, right?
わー、
Okay, let's pick this apart. Wow, wow, wow. This is a exclamation, right? We are reacting here. Wow, wow. Like this is like wow. Oh wow. よく似合いますよ. よく似合いますよ. It suits you. It looks great on you. It matches you, right? Personally, I don't think so. I don't know. She looks like a farmer. I don't know.
よく似合いますよ。じゃあ、これ。
じゃあ、これください. Right? Well then, じゃあ、これ this ください. Give it to me. Please give this to me.
ください。はい、ありがとうございます。
And again, we have the store clerk thanking our customer for the purchase. Okay? So let's move on to another video. Let's see what Mai does here. We want the English.
いらっしゃいませ。いかがですか？すみません。他の色ありますか？はい、赤があります。じゃあ、これください。はい、ありがとうございます。
Really quickly, I just saw a comment that asked, can wa be used negatively? You know, I have seen in like anime or something, maybe not so negatively, but if you could possibly use it with like sarcasm, I guess, in Japanese. Sometimes I see it in anime used that way. Usually, though, wa is genuine surprise, like genuine, oh wow, like that. Okay, it's not really negative, it's not really positive either, just an exclamation. Wa, sugoi, just like that. Okay, so let's break down this video. Mai has come to buy some clothes.
いらっしゃいませ。
いらっしゃいませ. いかがですか? So again, same as the previous video. Welcome, いらっしゃいませ. Welcome. いかがですか? Right? Very polite way of asking, is this one good for you? How about this one, right?
いかがですか？すみません。他の色ありますか？
Okay, すみません. I'm sorry, but 他の色ありますか? Right? This is the phrase we've been using the whole lesson. Do you have another color? 他の another 色 color ありますか? Is there? Do you have?
はい、赤があります。
Okay. はい right? Yes. 赤 the color red があります. There is. So yes, there's a red one. There's one in red.
じゃあ、
Okay, and then she says じゃあ right? じゃあ well then これください. I'll take this one, or please give me this one.
これください。はい、ありがとうございます。
And you'll notice she again was very thankful for purchasing the product and thereby giving her business some money. Let's try a let's try video. Yeah. So I'm going to play this with the English and then I'm going to play it without the English. See if you can try the activity here. Let's interact and buy some clothes. 洋服を買いましょう.
いらっしゃいませ。
Okay, S, M, L. Ask if they have your size. How do we say that in Japanese? Here's an example. S サイズ ありますか? Try it.
はい、あります。こちらです。
Let's try it on. 着てみましょう。着てみてもいいですか? May I try it on?
はい、どうぞ。いいですね。よく似合いますよ。どうですか?
買いましょう。Let's buy. So what do we say? じゃあ、これください。
はい、ありがとうございます。4200円です。少々お待ちください。お待たせいたしました。ありがとうございました。
Hey, wow. Okay, that was a long one. We have some ways we can interact here. So let's buy some clothing. I'm going to do this again, but we're going to break it down a little bit.
いらっしゃいませ。
Okay, that's easy enough. Welcome. So now let's ask if they have our size, right? What is the phrase? What is the key phrase here? S size ありますか? Or if you're a medium, M size ありますか? Or if you're a large, L size ありますか? Right? Let's go with S. And it's gonna take some time. S size ありますか? Try it.
はい、あります。こちらです。
Okay, and let's ask, can I try it on? What was that phrase? 着てみてもいいですか?
はい、どうぞ。
Okay. So now we're in the changing room, right? We put it on and we've taken our shoes off, right? We're in the changing room. We open up and Mai gets like really happy to see us. I don't think this is so normal, but dramatic effect.
いいですね。よく似合いますよ。
よく似合いますよ. You will always, not always, but you will almost always hear that only from the clerk. Oh, it looks so good on you, right? I want you to buy it. よく似合いますよ, right? どうですか? Now, this is a phrase we haven't seen yet today. どうですか is a good phrase. How is it, right? How do you feel about it? How do you think about it? どうですか? How is it?
どうですか?
Let's buy it. So what is the phrase we use for I'll take this? じゃあ、これください。
はい、ありがとうございます。4200
Okay. 4,200 yen, which, if you roughly bring it into American dollars, that's about $42. Someone mentioned that in the comments. Yeah, I said this, I think, last week or the week before. Shopping in Japan is usually expensive, especially for clothing. Clothing in Japan, it can be a lot. That's why when I was in Japan, if I ever needed any clothing, I did not buy it new. Never buy it new. There are plenty of secondary kind of used stores in Japan with plenty of good fashionable items. I always recommend going there first if you want a cheaper option. They can, however, have more expensive options too, but usually they're a lot cheaper than $42 for one button-down shirt. which makes you look like a farmer. I don't know why they want to buy this.
円です。少々お待ちください。
Okay. 少々お待ちください. This is a very, very polite phrase. It's a very polite way of saying, please wait a moment, or please wait a second, right? 少々お待ちください. You will almost always hear from store clerks or waiters, waitresses, okay? People who are giving you business or who are providing you a service. If they want you to wait a second, you will almost always hear 少々お待ちください. Right? 少々お待ちください. If you plan on working in the service industry in Japan, this is a good phrase to know.
はい。お待たせいたしました。
Okay. Again, more common service industry phrases here. お待たせいたしました. That's a mouthful. You need to practice. Try saying that. お待たせいたしました. お待たせいたしました. Which basically means I've made you wait. I've made you wait. They translate it here to here you are. That is not a good translation. I would not translate it to that. I would say sorry for making you wait. I'm sorry for having made you wait. お待たせいたしました. I'm sorry to make you wait. ありがとうございました. Thank you very much. Again, very common service industry phrases here. Very polite.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました. Yes, so they will often bow, especially if it's someone who follows you around and tries to make sure that your experience in their store was a pleasant one. They will follow you around. Really quickly, I want to get to some culture videos. So, if you go to a1.marugotoweb.jp, here's the homepage. Scroll down to Life and Culture. Life and Culture. You can watch these videos again later if you want. We are going to do 買い物 shopping. So let's look at some souvenir shops together.
「お土産屋さんに来ています。ちょっと聞いてみましょう。こんにちは。すいません。よろしくお願いします。どんなものがありますか？
はい。こちら、日本手ぬぐいです。これは奈良の絵が描いております。大仏様とか、奈良の風景が描いてあります。こちらは日本の昔からの古典柄ですね。
はい。ありがとうございます。それから、これかわいいですね。
はい。こちらは5月5日、男の子の節句に飾っていただく商品です。
なんか5月ですもんね。
はい、そうですね。
季節によって商品を変えるんですね。
はい、そうです。
はい。いろんな商品があります。ここ、色とりどりですね。素晴らしいですね。はい。こちらは何ですか？
はい。これ、小風呂敷です。お弁当を包んでいただいたり、外国の方でしたらバンダナなんかに使われます。
かわいいですね。それから、壁に飾られている。
こちらはお扇子です。
扇子。上からつる、竹、もみじですかね。
そうですね。はい。
日本の風情を感じますね。
はい、そうですね。
うわー、派手ですね。この大きなパッケージ。なんだか楽しくなってきます。それから、こちらは、甘いお菓子ですね。一つ一つ個別包装されてます。美味しそう。それから、こちらは、大阪で有名な食べ物、たこ焼きです。そのたこ焼きが ストラップになってますね。たこ焼きにお顔が描いてあります。かわいい。私は、これを買おうかと思います。鈴がついていて、音が鳴ります。
Okay, so again, another discussion on souvenirs, omiyage. Let's try this video here. Who did you buy that for?
すいません。ちょっといいですか？
はい。
何を買いましたか？
この水を買いました。
誰にあげますか？
友達にあげます。
お友達に。どうしてこれを選んだんですか？
さっきこの通天閣に登ってきたんですけど、形が面白いなと思って買いました。
そうですか。通天閣は有名ですもんね。
はい。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
こんにちは。ちょっといいですか？
はい。
何を買いますか？
これをお土産で買おうと思ってます。
誰にあげますか？
スウェーデンの家族に持って帰ろうと思ってます。
どうしてこれを選びましたか？
パッケージが大阪っぽいので、みんな喜ぶかなと思って。
そうですか。ありがとうございました。
Actually, that's the actor from some of our videos, right? Interesting. Let's try these various foods from different parts of Japan. And I think, are going to get some of the names of those pictures we saw earlier.
このお菓子、どんなお菓子なんでしょうか？ちょっと聞いてみましょう。食べたことがありますか？
広島のもみじまんじゅうを食べたことがあります。
もみじまんじゅう。誰にもらいましたか？
広島出身の会社の同僚にもらいました。
どんなお菓子でしたか？
あんこが入っていて甘くて美味しいです。
甘くて美味しい。ありがとうございました。食べたことがありますか？
沖縄のチンスコを食べたことがあります。
沖縄のチンスコ。誰にもらいましたか？
いえ、修学旅行に行った時に自分で買いました。
そうですか。どんなお菓子でしたか？
クッキーのような食感と甘さで、いろんな味の種類があってとても美味しいです。
いろんな味の種類。どんな種類ですか？
チョコレートとパイナップル、あと黒糖と、紅芋がありました。
たくさんあるんですね。どれが一番好きですか？
私は紅芋が一番好きです。
そうですか。ありがとうございました。食べたことがありますか？
はい。京都の八つ橋です。
京都の八つ橋。
はい。
誰にもらいましたか？
私の主人が、京都出身なんで、京都のお母さんにもらいました。
そうですか。
はい。
どんなお菓子でしたか？
柔らかいお餅の中に甘いあんこが入っている、甘い和菓子です。
甘い和菓子。
はい。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
食べたことがありますか？
白い恋人です。
白い恋人ですね。誰にもらいましたか？
友達にもらいました。
白い恋人はどんなお菓子ですか？
クッキーにホワイトチョコレートが挟まっているお菓子です。
とっても美味しそうですね。ありがとうございました。食べたことはありますか？
はい。長崎のカステラですね。はい。
長崎のカステラ。
はい。
誰にもらいましたか？
大学時代の友人から、もらいました。はい。
そうですか。 どんなお菓子でしたか？
甘くて、まあ、食感もしっとりしてて、美味しかったですね。
そうですか。ありがとうございました。食べたことはありますか？
はい、あります。ウイロを食べました。
ウイロですか？
はい。
誰にもらいましたか？
名古屋の友達にいただきました。
そうですか。どんなお菓子でしたか？
はい。粘り気がありますけども、あっさりしてて、すごく美味しかったです。
美味しかったですか？ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
Okay, so wow, we actually got like all of the names of those various omiyage souvenirs. I want to point out one thing in this video. Have you eaten these before? Some lady said that she got a souvenir from her coworker, and that's very common in Japan. To whenever you go on a like trip, it's common to buy sweets or souvenirs that are common to that place where you went, bring it back home, and when you go to work, you kind of distribute and give out some souvenirs to your coworkers, maybe even your boss, people below who work, under you. Um, that is common. I don't think we really do that so much in America, but again, gift giving culture in Japan is just so common. Everyone does it. Really, really cool stuff. Again, go to a1.marugotoweb.jp. I have the website right here. If you want to watch more of these videos, there's also a more information button. With more information related to shopping and Japanese souvenirs. Next week, we will start topic 9, day off, part 2. So this is day off part 2. We're probably vacationing, I'm thinking, in the next topic. And if you want to stick around on Facebook, we will have, right after this, a Japanese bilingual, usually trilingual, Spanish, English, Japanese Bible study. You can stay for that. If not, I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Have a good one.